Hello, how you doing? It's good to have you back. Today I continue with the things I love about Sweden. So this is part 2 and I'm just going to jump right into it. Every school year they have excursions planned out. This year alone my daughter has gone on about 5-6 excursions. In fact, I've lost count. And it's just really amazing the things that these kids learn when they are out there. They've gone to a farm, they've gone to I think they are going somewhere. In fact, this week they have another outing this week. In fact, I've lost count. They've been to the cinema, and all these at no cost to the parents. They've gone to so many places, and she comes back so excited and tells me about everything that she learned, everything that she saw. It's just really great. And I don't take this for granted because I know that there are many places in the world where you can't just go out, on excursions and all that. Not because they don't want to, but because there's insecurity, and all these other issues. But here, the kids go out every year. They go on different outings. And it's just so much fun. In fact, the school even provides snacks for the kids when they go out, and I don't have to worry about what to pack for my daughter. Most times I want to pack something for her, but she'll tell me, oh, Mom, I don't need it. That what the school provides is already enough. If you have lived in places where you have to pay for everything, you would appreciate Sweden, where a lot of burden is taken off the parents' shoulders. One thing I'm learning about Sweden is that it's just a place where they like to make things easy for people. They don't want you stressing out or you being burnt out. So here things are designed in such a way that you have a soft landing. Next, there's Fritidsbanken. The first time I got to know what Fritidsbanken was, I was so amazed. I was so surprised. Sweden, at this point, you're soon going to be spoon feeding people because what is all this ease? Months ago, during the winter, I received a mail from my daughter's school about winter activities that the children will be embarking on, and we're told they were going on skiing. There's this skiing place that the school took the children to. And right there in the mail, we're told how to go about getting skiing gear. And then that was when I saw the Fritidsbanken. Of course, I've always walked past. There's one very close to me here, and I've always walked past it, but it just never occurred to me to think about what they actually do there until I got that mail from the school. In fact, before the mail came in, my daughter already came to tell me about the outing, and I was already stressing about, so how am I going to get gear for you, the skiing shoes, the helmet, and every other thing, the elbow guard. And then the mail came in, and right there in the mail I saw that if you don't already have this gear, you can just go to Fritidsbanken and borrow. My mind was blown. What? I can borrow this gear? And then I went to Fritidsbanken. In fact, I went there. I didn't know what to expect. And then truly, inside the Fritidsbanken, they had gear for all kinds of sports. I told the guy I met at the reception, I told him what I needed. Then he just pointed to me where to go and get the gear. I went there, I got my daughter's size of skiing shoes. I got her a helmet and everything she needed, I got it. And then we're told that we had 2 weeks to hold on to those things. I think if you hold them for longer than 2 weeks, you're going to be fined or something. But of course, I just needed it for about 2 days or so, and then we returned it. And that was it. I remember I was just in awe. I'm like, this country, is there anything you guys don't think about? Then in Sweden, there's this concept of allemansrätten, which is a concept that I really love. It simply means that everybody has got rights to roam. Everybody has got equal rights when it comes to going on hikes, going to the woods, plucking berries. In fact, I think this allemansrätten is what makes free loose live possible. You have the right to go into any part of the country as long as you don't make a mess. If you do make a mess, clean up after yourself. You go into the woods, you can go mushroom plucking, you can go berry picking, you can go hiking, anything that's what you want to do. Nobody's going to be telling you, why are you here? Why are you doing on this property? What are you? Everybody has right to it. One of the things that I found difficult after I moved to Sweden was plucking apples or berries from trees, because I thought to myself that somebody must own these things. I had no idea that nobody lays claim to these things. You can go there and just have at it. I mean the ones on the roadside or in the woods or something. I don't mean the one in somebody's compound. But even the ones in somebody's compound, I believe that if you ask them for it, politely, they would allow you to pluck it. Where I come from, different people lay claims to different things. So you can't just see a tree, a coconut tree, for instance, or whatever tree and just go plucking. No, before you know it, somebody's going to come out and accost you and tell you, what are you doing there? Why are you on that tree? But here, you can go into the woods, pluck mushrooms, pick berries, just have all sort of fun. But don't litter. You have to respect nature. You have to be kind to nature. In fact, here in Sweden, there's an app. It's a map app. I don't know how to explain it. That helps you locate where fruit trees are close to you. I once used that app and I saw a lot of apple trees and cherry trees around me, and actually went, plucking. You can go anywhere, you can do anything. Just be considerate of others, respectful to nature, protect nature, don't litter, and how cool is that? And can we just talk about the fact that school lunches are free in Sweden? They are available and they are free. Oh my God. And not just that, they take into consideration those who are allergic, those who are vegans, those who are vegetarian. They take all that into consideration. Every day I'm just mind blown. Like, this country, I'm just really mind blown. I know that there is no perfect country anyway, but then there's some things that you just see, you just have to appreciate. There's some things that you experience and you just have to appreciate. Do you know how much stress that takes off me as a parent, not having to wake up so early? Because when you are making school lunches for your children, you have to wake up super early to cook or prepare whatever it is you want to pack for them. Pack the food, pack the snack, pack the fruit and all that. But now there's no such thing. I just simply wake up, bathe her, clothe her, and then she just goes. In fact, when she goes early enough, she even eats breakfast there also. Sometimes she tells me, "Mommy, I don't want to eat breakfast at home. I'll eat it in school instead." But when I go pick her, I ask her, "What did you have for lunch today?" And then she goes on to tell me about all the options they had, how the meal changes every day. And it's just so interesting. As a parent, you can just go to work, go about your day, and not have to worry about whether your child is fed or not. It's really beautiful. And next is the functional zebra crossing. Like, zebra crossings here are not just for decoration, they're actually functional. Like, when you step on the zebra crossing, the cars actually stop for you. In fact, what I've noticed over time is that once I'm approaching the zebra crossing, I've not even stepped on it, I can see that the cars are already slowing down. Once the drivers have sighted you, they're already slowing down, even before you step on the zebra crossing. And because I have PTSD from former experiences, even when I get to the zebra crossing and the cars are waiting, I want to double check and be sure that they've actually stopped before I step on the zebra crossing. Sometimes I stand there frozen and they keep waving me over, like, crossover. I'm just in awe. You would think that this is the norm everywhere. It is not the norm. If you've not lived in some places, you will not know. You would think that it's the norm for you to get to the zebra crossing and cars stop for you. No, it's not the norm everywhere. There are some places where if you try it, if you put your leg on the zebra crossing, it doesn't guarantee anything. You're going to make you, the next thing you know, you are already knocked over, you're knocked down. So even till now, I've been here now for a year and 6 months, and I still get jittery when I get to the zebra crossing, even though I know that the cars will stop. In fact, I see them stopping already as I'm approaching the zebra crossing. Another thing I love about Sweden is the fact that the pedestrian lane and the lane for cyclists, they are separated. So if the cyclists are going on this side of the road, if you're going on foot, you're on the other side of the road. But there's a sign that separates both sides. It gives room for orderliness. One of the things that gives me anxiety, major anxiety, is sharing the road with vehicles, because you never know what's going to happen. You're always seeing in front of you. You're not seeing behind you. You're not seeing one crazy driver just driving anyhow. Before moving to Sweden, I had this experience where I was almost knocked down by a bus. I don't know what was happening with the bus and some group of policemen or something, I can't remember. And then in a bid to escape this policemen, the driver just accelerated and I was just right there. I narrowly escaped. But in a place like this where you don't share the road with vehicles, there's already a designated space for you as somebody walking on foot, and another space for those who are cycling. I don't have any business worrying about one bus losing control or a car coming from nowhere to hit me or whatever. I don't share the road with vehicles, and that's just absolutely sweet. I just love the idea that vehicles go on their own way, the cyclists go their own way, and then if you're walking on foot, you have your own path to follow. It just gives room for orderliness and peace of mind. And in Sweden, you are compensated for being a parent. There's a token the government pays you every month for every child that you have. Honestly, when I came to Sweden, I came here with no expectations whatsoever. I just came to work hard and just go about my life, earn enough to pay my bills and contribute meaningfully to the society. I didn't come here to expect that the government will carry me on their head and be a charity case. No. I really appreciate it, but I also see how this can be abused. You know how human beings are generally, we just love to overdo sometimes. I can just picture some people, just popping out kids every year. But anyway, it's a good one from the government. Like I said, one thing I'm learning about Sweden is that the government just go all out to make people, comfortable. You might not have all the money in the world, you might not have all the mansions, but you're going to be comfortable. So I think that's the goal of the government, just be comfortable. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to stop here and I'll see you in part 3. Thank you everyone who has been watching my videos. I really appreciate you all. I thank you all my subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.